Hi guys, and welcome back. We're going to continue our exploration of section 2.4, and in this video what we're going to do is, the goal of this video is to solve some equations graphically. So let's start with just an example. This one will be a shorter video. We'll just go over this example and try to make as much sense out of it as we can. So let's just suppose we have an equation such as 3x plus 1 equals 7. Now, you could easily solve this by hand. There's no disputing that. But what I'd like to do is just see a different approach to this so we can understand these functions differently. So the way that you can picture this is you can picture this as one equation, 3x plus, or sorry, this is one part of the equation, 3x plus 1, and then this as the other. So these are both functions on their own, right? So this is like function 1, this is like function 2. So we want to first begin by graphing this as its own separate function. And we covered this in our slope-intercept video, but just to briefly review, we begin with the y-intercept, which is 1. And then what we want to do is we want to think about the slope as a fraction. So 3 is like 3 over 1. So then we use that slope from our y-intercept. We go up 1, 2, 3, and then we go over 1. So we go to this point right here, up 3 over 1. And then we can just use a straight edge to connect these two, like this. And here's where you have to be really, really precise. When you're solving an equation by graphing, you have to be very, very precise for you to get the correct answer. So this is not the best way to go about solving these equations, but it's still important to know anyway. So, oops, well, it doesn't look the best, but there's your line. 3x plus 1, f of x equals 3x plus 1 is right here. So I'll say y equals 3x plus 1 is there. And now, next, we'll want to plot the second function. The second function is y equals 7. Well, let's think about what that is. Reviewing from last time, from our vertical and horizontal line section our vertical horizontal line video that we talked about. We talked about the fact that this is actually a horizontal line because y is always 7. So I'm going to come up here on my line I'm going to come up here on the y-axis to a value of 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I go up here and then I draw in that horizontal line through that point. And now what we want to find is where these two intersect each other. So solving an equation is a lot like is equivalent to finding out where the two functions on each side of the equation will intersect each other. So this is y equals 7, this horizontal line. This line right here is y equals 3x plus 1, and we can see that they intersect right there. Now, because I'm using this graph paper and a straight edge and all this nice stuff, we can actually determine precisely what the solution is. So notice the solution happens right here when the x value is 2. So x equals 2 should be the solution to this, but we can actually very quickly check that this is true. We can check it. Algebra is really nice. You can always check your answers like almost all the time. So we'll have 3 times 2 plus 1. We're going to see whether we get 7. Well, 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. So this does check out. We plugged in 2, and then we got a statement that was true. We got 7 equals 7. So this checks out. This is the solution to this equation. X equals 2. That's all I wanted to talk about for this video. In the next video, we'll just wrap up the section, maybe with an application, and then we'll talk about how we recognize when an equation is linear. But that's it for this video. We'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you have a terrific day, and we'll see you then.